The Skinner Auto Group in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning to Nancy, watching in McConnellsville.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Here it is, football, Sunday, Super Bowl, and all that stuff. So where do we plan to go? To Cooperstown, the home of baseball. We always enjoy coming to Cooperstown and discovering new things, and we hope you do too, so stay tuned.
Let me introduce my rocket '88. Yes, it's great, just won't wait. Everybody looking for my rocket '88. Moving on out, boosting and cruising along. Where's that for my rocket, baby? Don't be late. We're pulling out about a quarter past 8. Just around the corner, gonna catch a nip.
If you have cabin fever and are looking for some activity, the Mohawk Valley Table Tennis Club invites you to play tomorrow night from 6 to 9:30. Your first session is free at the former Sunset Avenue School at 2521 Sunset Avenue in Utica tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Watch Mohawk Valley Living every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 11:35 p.m. on WKTV. And check out what's new on MohawkValleyLiving.com. Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs is your Ford store and your local dealer for Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge. You'll find a dedicated sales team ready to serve you and help you find the right vehicle to fit your style and budget. Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs. Now you're thinking smart. In 1866, James B. Turnbull walked to farms and villages to visit his customers, earning their trust. Today, the fourth generation of Turnbulls continue that dedication, tailoring a life insurance plan to suit your unique needs and priorities. Turn to the company that is out there to earn your trust. Turn to Turnbull. Discover affordable original works of art by dozens of talented local artists at the Artisans Corner. Find paintings and prints, glass and pottery, designer knitwear and painted silk, jewelry, candles, soaps, and more. All local and all at the Artisans Corner in Clinton. The Village Hall Gallery in Sharon Springs presents the works of over 24 local artists and now features beautiful Thistle Hill weavings. The Village Hall Gallery in downtown Sharon Springs.
Alex and Nika Restaurant in the heart of Cooperstown. Come in and relax. Fabulous cocktails and eclectic cuisine with something for every taste and budget. Our upstairs dining room is available for parties or private dining. Bring family and friends or that special someone. Alex and Nika Restaurant, open every day for lunch and dinner.
Got a grandchild? Then you gotta get to Cobbler & Company. Their children's area is expanding, including new huggable Sesame Street characters by Gund. And it's your source for Melissa and Doug, from puzzles to puppets, magnets, music, and more. Cobbler & Company in Sharon Springs. Bring the kids and their favorite dollar teddy bear to the Sweetheart Sales and Tea Party Saturday, February 11th. Enjoy Sweetheart Sales while the kids have tea with Raggedy Ann and Andy and special guest Elmo. Saturday, February 11th from 1 to 3 at the Shops at 25 West in Little Falls. Spa services have returned to historic Sharon Springs. Modern spa amenities with old-world hospitality. Give the gift of wellness. Available instantly at springhousespa.com.
It stands among the maples that were planted once with pride. It looks out on the rolling hills, stretch out far and wide. The walls are strong and sturdy, through the years it's held up well. Oh, if that old house could talk, the stories it would tell.
The Kirkland Art Center in Clinton presents Local Arts. To brighten up this gray time of year, we visit the home studio of Tracy Lippett and her dyewear in Fly Creek. Her basement is filled with an inventory of socks, shirts, scarves, and other wearables, and a kaleidoscope of dyes and paints she uses to transform them into colorful works of art.
Well, I've always been interested in textiles. When I went to school as a college student, I studied costume and textile design, and the real fundamentals of doing real dyeing happen there. I like to do work that I can spread easily to a lot of people. So right now I'm doing cotton wear for children and adults, people of all ages actually. So I work on cotton wearables right now, and I am doing a little bit of surface design on fabrics that I sew into either simple garments or scarves. The process is not one that is super complicated, but it does take a little bit of research and practice, in that you want to keep your dyes very colored fast. And so I use powdered dyes. I have individual recipes for my color. I start with, everything that I start with is white, and I can layer things up, or sometimes I will do a base color and then add my own fabric sewn on the top like an applique. So there's various types of techniques I do use. I think some of it, when you're doing, especially shibori is a Japanese word for tie-dye or resist dye. And when you do that, you don't always know what is going to happen when you unfold or untie the piece you're dyeing. It's like opening a little gift, and that is really fun and can be a big surprise. And then it can be a disappointment too if the colors don't work out, but it's really, that's just one of those simple pleasures, I guess.
You can find Tracy Lippett's dyewear at the Cooperstown Farmers Market during the Winter Carnival this weekend, at the Cooperstown Art Association at the library, and at the Village Crossing on West Park Row in Clinton.
I'm making this valley my home.
The automobile has gone through many changes through the years, but the Turnbull family's commitment to local drivers has not. Researching and selecting the best coverage for you with unparalleled service, claims handling, and settlement. Turn to a local company with 4 generations of knowledge and experience. Turn to Turnbull. Visit Trenton Teas, specializing in only premium quality teas. The finest varietal and herbal teas available. Nearly 100 different teas and tea accessories and scone mixes. Come in and sample teas of distinction at Trenton Teas in downtown Utica.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospitals on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment, and you're only available on the weekend. Sure, I have an appointment Sunday with Dr. Karen. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
Make any day a special day, and a special day even better with fresh baked pastries and cookies from Cafe Caruso on Bleecker Street in East Utica. Stop in or call ahead for special orders. Visit Maria's Pasta Shop for Italian gift baskets, and be sure to order your holiday party trays. Impress your friends and family with homemade pasta from Maria's Pasta Shop, Oneida Street in Utica. Where can you find fair trade, local, and organic gifts like Dean's Beans coffee, fresh bulk almonds and cashews, and hand-dipped candles and local pottery? Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally. Don't let a special diet keep you from enjoying the taste of the season. The Dessert Booth has vegan, gluten-free, and other food allergy treats. Call ahead for special orders. The Dessert Booth in Clinton. Take your sweetheart on a stroll of Clinton Saturday, February 11th, and you could win a fabulous Valentine's Day package including overnight accommodations, dinner, flowers, and more from the many shops in Clinton. Take your sweetheart on a stroll and enter to win during the 3rd annual Sweetheart Stroll in Clinton Saturday, February 11th. Bring the kids and their favorite dollar teddy bear to the Sweetheart Sales and Tea Party Saturday, February 11th. Enjoy Sweetheart Sales while the kids have tea with Raggedy Ann and Andy and special guest Elmo. Saturday, February 11th from 1 to 3 at the shops at 25 West in Little Falls.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley, we're going on a road trip.
Today at 2:30, enjoy Charles Dickens' The Lamplighter, performed by the Merely Players of upstate New York. It's the story of a light-hearted cockney of humble profession thrust into prospect of a beautiful bride and untold wealth. Today at 2:30 at the Capitol Theater in Rome. It's time for the Skinner Auto Group road trip, and we're heading down into leatherstocking country. On our way, we stop by our sponsor, Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs. Dan LaBarge takes Richard on a tour of some of their late winter clearance vehicles that are priced to move. We're heading back down to Cooperstown this week, and we always enjoy the scenic drive to this historic village. When we visited the library last week, we saw that the Art Association gallery was cleared out. They were making room for the dozens upon dozens of quilts that arrived for the upcoming Fenimore Quilt Club show. It is one of the region's largest and longest running quilt shows and features old and new quilts. There will also be members of the Fenimore Quilt Club present each day to demonstrate quilting techniques and to answer questions.
Well, we're really getting ready to plaster the white walls with color. And all these quilts have come from quilters within the region. It's very much a regional show, and the great benefit is that it's on for 2 weeks. We've got old quilts. We've got one that brought in that very beautifully hand done from, I would say, the mid 1800s to a piece like this that is more late 1800s. We've got things made of old ties, we've got things made of new fabric, we've got things made of wool, anything that's a quilted item in some form. I understand the first exhibit, I wasn't here then, was at a craft show to do with Winter Carnival, so it's around the Winter Carnival time. And then somehow they were invited to bring their quilts to this gallery space by the Cooperstown Art Association. And it's just growed. I know we've got a piece from Saratoga. I know we've got pieces from Norwich, from the Oneonta area, all around. So it's a regional show. It's not judged. People come just to enjoy everything that's been brought to us is well made, interestingly designed. Somebody's going to find a favorite. We've had 117 pieces as of today. And that better be it, because I don't know how we're going to fit them all in.
Be sure to schedule time to visit the Fenimore Quilt Club show. It opens this Saturday during the Winter Carnival and will be on display daily 11 to 4 and Sundays 1 to 4 through February 26th.
Sunlight on your face. I realize it's all a dream. You're gone and left this place, yeah. Everybody's sorry for something, some are sorry for more. I guess I fall somewhere in the middle, I just don't know what for.
If you have a daughter getting married soon, you may want to build her a house like William Cooper did. Now, William Cooper is the gentleman after whom Cooperstown is named, and the building behind me is the home that he built for his daughter. When you come to Cooperstown, be sure to find your way to this. It's the corner of River and Main, because it is something to look at. It's a herringbone design, and I can't imagine how many thousands of stones there must be in this house. Be sure to look at the peak of the house, because up there you will find the initials of the judge's daughter and her husband.
Whether fate or destiny or plans from somewhere above, certain people were bound to meet to share a little bit of their love. For a day, a week, a year, or sometimes maybe more. A little bit of love can make this life mean so much more.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump ring from downtown on Chestnut Street is Quirky Works Jewelry Studio. We followed the signs along a path around an interesting old house to a little gift shop. Here, customers can explore the creations of artist Karen Katz, who is busy at work in the adjoining studio.
A stranger who helps you when you're in need.
This came from my love of old things, everything vintage. my love of jewelry, especially, channeling my grandma, and my love of reinventing things, especially forgotten things. So everything sort of came together in making the jewelry. I love to use old school pins, old rosary chains, you know, neglected costume jewelry, things like that. And I love to layer them in sort of unusual ways, asymmetrical draping and things like that. So my things have an heirloom vibe, but they're a little bit funky. They definitely are an unusual, there's an unusual look to them. People recognize them when they see them. My grandma, who I used to go antiquing with, those are some of my happiest memories from childhood. And every time we went antiquing, she would buy me a little trinket, a little rhinestone initial or something like that. So I feel like she's with me when I go gathering my treasures.
You can visit Quirky Works Studio by appointment. Call 607-434-3418 or visit online at quirkyworksstudio.com.
I'm gonna dirty my fingers, paint my toes, stay up all night and watch the light explode.
One of our favorite places to visit is the Willis Money Bookstore, located here in Cooperstown for over 25 years. Book lovers can spend hours here perusing the impressive collection of books.
Traveling round the Mohawk Valley, let's see.
As a small child, my best friend's mother was an author. She used to give me a book every time some holiday came up, Valentine's Day, birthday, Christmas, Easter, anything. That's how it all started. Today we have probably about 500,000 books, about 500,000 ephemeral items, newspapers and pamphlets and booklets and so on. And it just kept growing.
I'm here looking for a dime novel because it's here in Cooperstown that the dime novel king grew up. Erastus Beadle was his name. Books were expensive in 1860, so that when the dime novel came out, youngsters really embraced them because they could get a book like this for only a nickel. Actually, they were dime novels, but they cost only a nickel.
Erastus Beadle was apprenticed to a publishing company in Cooperstown when he was 17 years old. He published the first of what was to be known as a dime novel in 1860 and touted them as books for the million, a dollar book for a dime.
After learning that the dime novel king lived right here in Cooperstown, it piqued my curiosity as to where he lived, so we came down here near the lake, and behind me is the house where he lived. It was built in 1831. What a beautiful house. It's called Greystone, and come down here especially in the wintertime because you can then see why. Underneath all of the vines on the building, the stone underneath is gray.
My father was a miner, and his father was before him.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, so we head to the historic Stonehouse Tavern known as Cooley's. We're greeted by friendly barkeep Ryan, who's busy preparing for the game crowd, which means lots of Cooley's famous award-winning chicken wings.
Farewell,
I am in Cooley's Stonehouse Tavern. It was built in the early 1800s, and they used to make tombstones here. It's quiet now, but it's going to be hopping later today for the big game when the Giants take on the Patriots.
Cooley's isn't just famous for wings. They're also known for their fresh-cut fries, fire-broiled burgers, homemade pulled pork sandwiches, and Friday fish fries. They're open every day for lunch and dinner on Pioneer Street.
For the pit wheels they are stopping, and the population's dropping, and I can't afford to stay here very long. Farewell, you colliery workers, to the muffler and the cap.
Right next door to the Fenimore Art Museum is the Research Library of the New York State Historical Association. Founded in 1899, it is a wonderful resource for historians, students, or anyone interested in local history or genealogies.
Well, this is the library of the New York State Historical Association, so we collect material on the history and culture of New York State. Anything from family history, this is the genealogy section here, manuscripts on businesses, communities, wars, politics. A lot of it would be material on the lives of ordinary people, not so much famous people, but what life was like in the past. A good number come for family history. We have a good collection of upstate New York family history of all kinds of things, church records, newspapers, published family histories, tombstone inscriptions, anything that tells about families people come here for.
The Historical Association is partners with the Cooperstown Graduate Program, which educates students in museum professions. It is one of only 2 programs in the country located on a museum campus.
The students of the graduate program are in charge of the exhibit room, and as luck would have it today, the exhibit in there is about circuses. And again, always talking about my past, it seems, going back into the 1940s, one of my fondest memories was of the circus coming into town. It would go right by my grandmother's house from the train station over to North Utica where they'd set up those tents. And this room took me back to that time. It's wonderful.
I'm so proud to call it my home. Oh, it's not what you take or give, and it's here I want to live. Yes, I'm making this valley my home.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner Auto. Check out this 2010 Jeep Wrangler 4x4 Limited Edition Mountain Edition. Only 13,000 miles and certified for only $24,700. Stop into Skinner Auto in Richfield Springs for what's hot on the lot. Shelter is the place for extraordinary custom furniture, designed by Jim Kiefer and built to your specifications. You'll find Adirondack rustic furniture as well as fine hardwood kitchen cabinets, bedroom and dining room sets, and the exclusive line of Old Hickory at Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. Take your sweetheart on a stroll of Clinton Saturday, February 11th, and you can win a fabulous Valentine's Day package including overnight accommodations, dinner, flowers, and more from the many shops in Clinton. Take your sweetheart on a stroll and enter to win during the 3rd annual Sweetheart Stroll in Clinton Saturday, February 11th. The Longaretta Law Firm, protecting your rights and advising you in matters of legal importance. Call for your free consultation, 735-6162. The perfect wedding, the perfect retreat, the perfect weekend getaway. The Oneida Community Mansion House, perfect for any occasion. Call 363-0745. Spring color is peeking through at the Village Crossing. It's a great time for sales on winter clearance items, making way for new spring fashions arriving daily at the Village Crossing in Clinton. Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. Savor the flavor of authentic Southeast Asian cuisine at the Lotus Garden Noodle and Sushi House. The Pooh family welcomes you to lunch or dinner at the Lotus Garden, 339 Bleecker Street in downtown Utica. If you're in a collision, you need Precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. Plan a visit to the Arkell Museum at Canajoharie this month and experience the bold Impressionist style of J. Hall Conaway. Also enjoy American paintings from the 1920s and 30s. Visit the Arkell Museum at Canajoharie, just off the Thruway at exit 29. Visit MohawkValleyLiving.com for links to places featured on the show and original content, like this week's article by John Keller, a review of new local CD releases by musicians Donna Mux, Roger Smith, Pam Swan, and Johnson & Company. The little village of Dolgeville is known throughout the world for African violets. Horticulturist Lyndon Lyon developed 800 varieties during his lifetime, and most of the African violets seen today are varieties he bred. The tradition is carried on by his grandson, who tells us his grandfather's passion began with a single leaf.
Well, his niece, he went up to visit one day, was growing an African violet on windowsill, and he was curious about this whole thing, and he asked her what she was doing. She said, I have a leaf, and I've got it in some soil, and it's going to make a brand new plant again, and he kind of had a disagreement with her. He didn't believe that it could. He said, no, it would. She said to him, well, take it home and try it out for yourself. And he brought it home and watched the leaf grow into a plant over time, was amazed by this. And then eventually he got hooked into growing violets. He picked up some other varieties out there in the world, started crossing. He had always had an interest in genetics. He had done some breeding of other things in the past. He learned that there was a race going on for the first double pinks, so he jumped into the race kind of late, and little did he know that he would win that race and become famous practically overnight. I believe it was 1954. He took the first plants to African Violet Society of America convention. Was in St. Louis that year. He brought them, displayed them, and it caused quite a stir. People were standing all around in big crowds, and he was amazed. And he actually sold one of those varieties to an Ohio greenhouse. The name of the plant, it was Double Bountiful, and the Ohio greenhouse bought it and renamed it Ohio Bountiful. And he sold them that plant for $1,000. That guy took the leaves and sold them for $10 a piece. And then from that point, there was no looking back. He just started building greenhouse after greenhouse after greenhouse, and he just became, Dalgel became famous because of that. Yeah, the Violet Festival has a theme this year, the then and now. And the then was focusing on my grandfather and his double pinks. And now it's on some of my new stuff, and these little teeny bopper here is one of the tiniest violets that there ever has been, and they seem to be coming back into popularity right now. They're cute, with people having trouble growing a lot of stuff under lights or the expensive lights and heating up big rooms. They can grow these easily on just a narrow little windowsill, and then just line them up right across the windowsill and have a lot of different colors and stuff. And
have a whole collection in a little space.
Yeah, have a whole collection in a little space, yep. Well, it is a challenge. Some of the other hybridizers feel like we've kind of reached a plateau. Although we've been lucky here, we're still able to come up with a lot of new varieties. We're putting out approximately 15 varieties per year, and we've got some new and interesting things this year, some things I'm really excited about next year. Some of the pinwheel striped violets, some of the fantasy type flowers, some more miniature violets, and we've got a lot of stuff, and it's nice to see that we're able to still produce something different, because we really thought we were at a standstill.
We hope that you enjoyed today's show. No matter how many times we come to Cooperstown, there's always something new to discover, as we did today. Next week, we're going to go a little bit north of Cooperstown to Hartwick, so be sure to join us. Between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley living.
What it